screen over here to the ticker version that's over here, then I can click on this icon transition, and then it does that for me while still keeping everything looking cool for the viewers. So basically, instead of making it a hard cut like this every time that I do the transition or a fade, then I can hit that icon transition and actually take it to a different segment. So that's really cool, where you can say, okay, well, I want to use this to transition me in between segments. You can set up different graphics that you change, you know, for each thing in between each different segment that you're trying to produce. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this up another notch, and we're going to add another option here to slide. And I'm just going to call this one down. You can do up, down, left, or right. And then here I'm just going to make this down. And you can also add these up here as well to the quick transitions. Any quick transitions that you want, you can add them up here. This is especially handy for graphics. But now if I want to transition in between something, I can just hit down like that, and then it will take me, you know, into anything it is that I'm wanting it to take me into. But if you really want to do this in like a really cool way, what you can do is, I'm going to go into my settings here. I'm going to show you something. Under the General tab, if I scroll down, you're going to see this option right here for studio mode, transition to scene when double clicked. Okay, I have that selected, and I'm going to show you why. The reason that's selected is because, let's say that I do a down transition. Okay, if I double click these now, it's going to automatically just send it over, and it's going to send it over with that down transition. Same thing would happen if you wanted to do a fade, right? You see how it just fades it all around? And the same thing happens if I want to do the icon transition. So let's say that I'm sitting here and I'm talking about something for a while, and then I want to take it back to the plane. Then I can click on that, and then it'll take me back to the plane, and then I'm ready to go in terms of making everything look awesome. So the same thing applies if I want to go to the split screen. Then I click on that, and then it makes that really cool transition to really pro everything up quite a bit. Now, in addition to that, if you really want to make this stuff even cooler and make it easier for yourself, there's something called the Elgato Stream Deck. I'll put a link to it down in the description, and it's basically a live switcher. It's really low cost, and we actually use it in our studio that I do my Nimin live show on every Saturday, and I actually have one right here at home as well. And basically how that works is you can program the buttons, and you can assign anything it is that you want to happen. You can assign it to these buttons, and then you can just press the buttons without having to actually click anything inside of OBS itself. If you want to learn more about growing your channel, making videos, and all types of other YouTube related stuff, start now by hitting the round subscribe icon so you don't miss anything. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
What's up, guys and gals? Thanks a lot for checking out my FPC virtual channel. And what we're going to present to you today is a really cool tutorial on how to create the green screen effect. And basically it's removing your background.
Thanks for visiting.
Folks are tuning in to the OBS, Open Broadcaster Software Studio. Pretty much I've been doing it for over about 3 months, going on 4 months now on OBS, and I'm learning how to utilize this tool effectively. So what you're going to do, you're going to learn pretty much the controls. You have file, edit, profile, scene, collection, and help. And then in the lower left corner, you have scenes, sources, mixer, and then you have scene transitions. Just try to focus on this lower portion most of the time when you're using OBS. The upper portion is just more of like the controls to control a specific thing, like a file. And you go into the file, you can show recordings, remux recordings, you can go to settings. Settings is basically going to take you to stream settings, output. Hotkeys, stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about that. You set it up one time and then it should be set. And then you can go in and do a little minor adjustments. So let's go back down here to scenes. This is really the most important part. Scenes. What this means is that you can add multiple scenes into your recording of live streams or in your recording to your desktop, a laptop, PC, or Mac computer. So you can utilize through this section here to add multiple scenes. Right now I have one scene and that's the default. So this is how it's going to start up for you. And then you got sources here. You can click the plus or the minus option here. So the plus option, which are sources, will add images, browser source, which is like a website or whatever, if you want to add a website to demonstrate or talk about a website or blog or whatever you have, or you can do tutorials or whatever. You can do media source. Media source would be video, or it could be more like what do they call it? Animated GIF. I'm having a problem with an animated GIF that actually is causing some kind of errors on OBS, so I had to create a new scene to start out just to show y'all folks this. You have text, free type 2, so you can try text. If you type across the screen, you'll be able to do that through text. You have display capture. Display capture pretty